Chiapas, or as some might call it, Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. We just call it the Chiapas Curse. What started as a 2-week stop ended up as a 1-year-long haul out. For the next couple of weeks, you will witness the boat go from bad to worse, our bank accounts being drained, and 2 people slowly losing their minds. All while trying to fix each new problem that pops up.
All right, this is what we got. Natasha's off to Guatemala. She'll be over there for about 2 months doing a bit of work, bit of traveling. So that leaves me, one man, a boat, bunch of tools, bunch of parts, bunch of lists. This is stuff I got to do ASAP. And then this is a giant list of things that need to be done. Hopefully most of it done before we get out of here, because there's some pretty important things on this list. So it's a ton. But I already have a bunch of parts. All those totes are parts and things like that I've carried along with us. And parts are starting to come in. So, I mean, we got a bunch of plumbing stuff in. I got most of what I need to re-plumb the whole boat. We had some stuff left over. All the vents need to go. Also waiting on a couple other boxes for completely different things other than plumbing. So quite a bit of work to do. We're just gonna buckle down and get it done. Feel a lot more motivated, feel a lot more rested. We're getting things in. Man, I got parts everywhere laid up here. Electronic parts. We got a new thing from the freaking birds that killed the last one.
The plan was simple. Work through the list, one job at a time. But in a place like this, plans don't mean much. The first real challenge of being this remote is that you don't get to choose what you fix. You fix what you can with whatever parts you have or whatever happens to arrive.
Right here is our new composting toilet. Haven't fully installed it, still got to do the vents and wiring for the fan and all that kind of stuff. And also I got to cut this deck and lower it because this toilet is quite a bit higher. So once I do that, that'll be set. But yeah, it was a very nasty job. I mean, we pulled out all the plumbing. We pulled out the giant tank that was under the main bed here. So now we got a giant storage unit, which hopefully we can use for dive tanks and things. But yeah. A lot of things are happening now. You can see the first set of vents is behind this panel. So this is kind of what they look like on the outside. It's all like destroyed and corroded, and it's like crumbled and blocked the vents. So we gotta pull, this is the port side one, so we're gonna pull all these out and then we'll go do the starboard ones. Also, what's not helping with the vent problem is this one is just sitting in here fully collapsed and bent over on itself. So that's a problem too. But yeah, these are our 2 water tank vents in our, for this forward head. It also has a vent here somewhere, so we gotta find all them and take care of that. All of our vents basically corroded all closed. So that was the forward head one, and if we flush the toilet, it'd basically try to explode the tank. Same thing with our water ones. Our 2 water ones are pretty impacted. I've tried to fix them a bunch of times underway. Can't really do it, so I'm just gonna swap them out. But these are the reasons we're not be able to pull all our water out of our tank, and a whole bunch of other problems, especially with filling. We had problems with filling. It wanted to explode the tank. It was causing us a lot of issues. All these things are gone, and we put some new ones in. You guys want to see how it looks when you're doing big jobs, you're ripping everything up. Toilet in the kitchen. The plumbing goes there. It goes here. Pulled the toilet out. It goes here. So everything is a disaster as usual, but that's how it goes. Anyway, right now, we've taken out the main head and put a composting head. But they're expensive, so we're not doing that with the forward head. We're just going to rebuild the whole thing. So I pulled it out. I'm replacing the plumbing. I've already replaced the vent. That new white line back there is the new vent. And I'm cleaning up down here under the toilet and doing all kinds of things like that. So then I'll put that toilet in. This one should be fully set up, no problems, fully newly plumbed. And then obviously our main head is composting, so we won't have any of those issues. And then from there, I'll keep plumbing. I got to re-plumb this sink, all the vents for our water tanks, and the second water tank is back there, and then all the supply lines and feed lines. So it's going to be quite a big project. The boat's going to look like this for a while, and that's only on the forward side. And then probably in 2 days I'm going to go do the aft side. Tiki's a little jealous. She's got a front row seat up there. Those dogs are getting it. What's that, Tiki? You jealous? You jealous, Tiki? Okay, with great pain and difficulty, I've re-plumbed the entire forward section of the boat. Feed lines for the bathroom, the kitchen, and the feed lines from the tanks have all been replaced. All new plumbing down here on the switching valve between the tanks. New plumbing coming up to the sink. Speaking of the sink, new sink, because the other one was falling apart on us. I still got to change this faucet. It's leaking here in the center. So then all the plumbing for our aft tank is done. All the plumbing for our forward tank under this hatch is done. Right here, the plumbing for our V-berth head is done. And I've redone all the vents. I'm not doing the fill lines, they're fine. And what I will do is the saltwater line for the toilet. It's looking pretty bad, so I'll change that out. Other than that, we are done plumbing the forward section of the boat, and that's the hardest. Most of the water use is up here. I've also re-plumbed everything from the pumps and all that down in the engine room, so that's done. So a lot has gotten done. I feel pretty good about that. Still, you guys seen the list, a lot more to do, but we're doing it. All right, so I'm getting ready for another really big job we're getting ready to do. Not strictly necessary, and it's very controversial in the Nauticat community, but we are doing it. So here it is. We are gonna remove the mizzen mast. We are going to convert her into a cutter rig. Really, the mizzen on this boat has been more trouble than it's worth. And now that we have this arch and davits and the whole thing, it's going to be very hard to get it to work correctly. That's way more important for us being liveaboard cruisers than anything else. The other thing is, a lot of people that have owned this boat, they've made that decision and pulled the mizzen. And she sails just perfectly fine without the mizzen. We will lose half a knot of speed on a beam reach, but other than that, we're not going to lose anything else. But what it's going to give us is quite a bit. It's going to open up the cockpit completely. We could put a table back there. It's going to clear all the stays out of the way. It's going to be a completely open back deck. A lot easier to fish, hang out, move around. We're going to put more solar, more shade. I'm going to repurpose the winches for other spots. I'm going to put one right there behind the sheet drum for our furling line here. There's a lot of things that are going to happen with this. It's a big job. When it's done, it's going to definitely improve our lives as like living aboard cruising, and we're going to be on this boat a long time. So yeah, hard decision. The hardcore Nauticat people get pretty mad at people who do this, but you know what? It's my boat. I don't want the mizzen mast on it anymore, so that's what it's going to be. We are getting ready to prep to pull this thing off. Boom's already been pulled off. I'm stripping it right now of all the parts I could use. This sail's 40 years old, it's trash. I am gonna cut it up and make a little quick temporary cover for the dinghy, since it'll be sitting out here rotting in the sun for a while I work. And yeah, we're gonna continue stripping, and then tomorrow we've got a good plan. We're gonna tie the main halyard from the main on top of the masthead there, use that to hoist it. We're also gonna have a counterpoise line coming off. We're actually gonna use the halyard for the mizzen, tie it off to that piling. And then we're just gonna kind of work those two lines and have somebody at the base get it over here on the dock and drop it. So it'll save us bringing a crane in. We'll get that thing out of the way, and then we can just keep modifying. That's worth it. Everybody I talked to has this boat that wanted the mizzen gone, removed it. I mean, they asked themselves why they didn't do it a long time ago. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it. All right, she is off, and it went more or less according to plan. It was definitely heavier than we thought it was, but it definitely worked out. Anyway, she still looks pretty good. Not as good as she did as a catch, but this is gonna change our lives, definitely living aboard. And we are gonna modify that cockpit to Kingdom Come, so now it is gonna be a different boat. So anyway, it came off, stoked. Sadly, when I pulled the boom down, there was a swallow's nest in the end of it. And there was 4 little babies in it. Didn't find out till we opened it up. So 2 of them got killed removing it, sadly. So I pulled out the nest and the remaining 2 and kind of built a little bird's nest for these guys and a little cover with the sail. And they're actually doing all right. I don't know if you can see them in there. And the parents are actually coming and continuing to raise them. So hopefully those 2 have survived, because I'm getting those tattooed once we hit 5,000 miles, and they're good luck, and kind of felt bad about that. So hopefully these 2 survive, and then yeah, that'll be that. But yeah, look at this space back here, man. It's crazy. It's so open. We're gonna build a little table there that we could also use as a seat for the helm, and just fishing and moving around back here, hanging out. It's gonna be so much better. So pretty stoked. Look at that guy. I said there's all kind of life around here, but that's a first. That one's crazy. There's little parents hanging out, so they're taking care of the babies. Too bad only 2 of 4 live, but I think those will make it. I'm on a little bit of a standstill right now. I'm waiting on a couple boxes to get here with more parts so I can keep going on that stuff. But what I am doing now, tearing the rest of the ceiling out. And all of our pilot house ceiling is out. This shit's just temporary. I've got most of the ceiling out in the master cabin. That ceiling's easy. I'm just gonna wait till we get the new ceiling material, which is gonna be PVC and white. I got the most of it out in the head. Basically just doing checking for leaks and fixing leaks. I'm working on the kitchen one here, which is the super pain in the ass. It's definitely bowed out here and definitely super moldy, and it's been leaking from a bunch of places in here, so there's some leaks up in there. So I gotta pull all of this stuff out. You know, it's more or less like this because it's super hard to get the ceiling out, but I'll show you guys. I mean, there's tons of mold and just water sitting up in these ceiling panels from all these leaks. Plus I just hate the ceiling anyway. It weighs a ton. It's super hard to remove if you ever need to do anything, which I'm always in there, either doing wiring or messing with stuff. So it's all gonna come out. Got a plan for a much better ceiling to put in whenever I get done with this. Basically demolition still. Then we'll address the leaks. I'll do all the wiring I need to do. I gotta do a little bit of fiberglass reinforcement, and I'm putting like backing plates and stuff because I'm changing the way the rigging's ran upstairs. There's a lot going on. Really don't want to have to pull all the ceilings out, but for as much as I need to do, it has to happen. This is literally what it looks like when you pull it out. There's no way to get it out. Try to show you some of these panels like that. That's just mold and rot. There's a lot of that. It's raining every day now. If I'm sitting over here cooking, it is just dripping moldy water on me from about 6 places. That's what I'm doing while waiting for parts, is find out where all the leaks are and fix it. Astronomical amount of work ahead. But really the big thing I figured out is before the deck on this boat was teak, and it was all nailed down into the glass. Previous owners paid 15 grand to have all the teak removed and the deck redone. What they did is just essentially nail the nails down into the hole. So now there's a lot of holes actually through the deck into the ceiling. And you can see, I don't know, this one's a good one to see. I already wiped the water, but water's coming in. Like, it's getting through all these nail holes. And that's the black holes underneath that are leaking. So I think what we're gonna have to do is sand the entire deck down to bare fiberglass. And then I'm gonna have to lay down like probably 2 layers of fiberglass on top of the bare glass. I was gonna redo the non-skid on the deck just because it's in bad shape, as you can see, and it's patchy from other repairs that I've done. I definitely wasn't gonna sand it down to bare glass and re-fiberglass at all. So this whole companionway is leaking. You can see all the water damage, but I have the tarp over it now. Every single one of these pilot house windows is leaking. So that's a serious can of worms. I'm kind of scared to start that project because if I fuck it up, then I have to buy new windows and gaskets to the tune of 15 grand. All these hatches are leaking. Some of them are leaking around the glass in the ceiling on the outside. Some of them are leaking inside. Some of them are leaking from the seals or from the knobs. Well, some good news. The next batch of parts came in. We got hose, some other shit under there. Cable, hose, pumps, parts, little odds and ends. Anyway, now I can go back to ignoring all these leaks and everything and doing other stuff. So we're gonna solve a super annoying problem today. Our cockpit here, this big old square, doesn't really drain and turns into a giant swimming pool when it rains heavy. Obviously that comes with leaks and everything else. So we got these 2 bad boys. So we're gonna drill 2 more holes in this boat. So the cockpit drains come out here and here. So we're gonna run both of them through here. I got the 1-inch hose already. Right now I got it teed off. It's not working because I didn't have enough line, but now I do. So yeah, we're gonna have them both run in their own independent lines coming down through here. That's gonna come out in here. Here's one of them already, and then the second one's here. So we're not gonna use these T's anymore. Each drain line's gonna have its own fitting. And I'm gonna drill 2 holes, one here and one here. And then hopefully that will fix that problem because I'm leaving in 5 days to go to Guatemala and visit Natasha for a week. This is one of the things I wanted to get done before I leave because I always have to manage it when it rains. Both in there. That's the 2 nice shiny ones. Looks pretty professional if I do say myself. Use my buddy's kayak to drill the holes and measure them and all that. So now we just got to do the plumbing, which is the easy part. Isn't it, Tiki? Huh? All right, Chris is on his way out. We spent the last 3,000 miles from Ensenada buddy boating. So he's on the way to El Salvador. We'll spend the next couple months here working on our boat, and we'll meet up with him down south. All right, safe travels, Chris. Cool view of two sister volcanoes in the background. Don't see it much now during the rainy season, but when you do see them, it's a hell of a view. Now on to the next thing. Tested it out with the hose. It seems to be draining perfectly, so we'll see during the next big rains, but I'm pretty confident this is going to fix that problem, so that's good. I got to re-plumb the rear half of the boat, which will be easy. It's only a shower and a head. Yeah, for plumbing, that's it. Then the entire boat have been re-plumbed. The entire boat's already been rewired. So those are two massive jobs, and jobs I won't have to worry about for a long time. I do got another pump to swap for our shower. And I got a pile of hose down there to finish the plumbing in the aft section of the boat. The birds are coming along pretty well. I'm off to Guatemala, go visit Natasha, so I'll be leaving old girl here for the first time in a long time.
I don't wanna tie you up now. I don't wanna do the thing. I don't wanna have you, baby. I just wanna have a fling. I wanna go down, stay, kissing your feet, and you make me crazy. Yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. Give me everything you got. I just wanna try to get you in the mood. I just wanna hit your spot. I wanna get low. Wanna get low.
Getting ready to fly. Yeah, somehow they survived. Well, 2 of the original 4, but at least these 2 have survived. Man, look at it, man. They're about to fly. Good luck.